The following is a presentation of the Watertown Baseball Association in partnership with Aero TV and KXLG Radio. This is coverage of the 2025 State A American Legion Baseball Tournament from historic Watertown Stadium on Post 17 TV. Now, let's head down to the diamond and round the bases with the KXLG pregame show on Post 17 TV.
Welcome back to historic Watertown Stadium. It's the second game of day number 2, getting ready to begin here at the 2025 South Dakota State Class A American Legion Baseball Tournament. This is a KXLG pregame show along here today with KXLG's Ben Dilla and Roger Merriam from the Watertown Public Opinion. Well, game number 1 that just wrapped up a little bit ago was a good one. I guess you could say it was maybe a little sloppy at times, but Rapid City Post 22 ended up defeating Brandon Valley 11-9. And boy, when the game started, we thought, well, this is going really quick. And then it kind of slowed down, so we're a little bit behind schedule, not terribly. But Benny, very important for Rapid City to win that matchup.
Yes, it was. Obviously, the first elimination game of the tournament. So Brandon Valley, unfortunately, their season is done. But they put up a very good fight. They were, at times it felt like, they're just kind of 22 is going to run away with this, and they kept clawing back and staying with it. And as we heard from coach from 22, he kind of said that maybe they let him hang around a little bit, but you got to give credit to Brandon Valley. But yeah, 22 moves on, and I think they're going to be a dangerous team because I think they're not too happy with how they played here today.
Absolutely, and Post 22 will move on to take on the loser of the later game tonight with Watertown and Harrisburg. So that'll be a great matchup no matter how you look at it. But Roger Merriam, let's bring you into the fold here before we start talking about this game. And it's kind of almost about this game too. It's an elimination game. You lose that first game in the opening day of a tournament, and double elimination, it is hard to come back, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was thinking, we just saw this game that went back and forth till the end, and I was going to say, I think all 4 games are going to be like that today. But baseball is weird that way. The first time you say that, the next game will be 16-0 and somebody will toss a one-hitter. But, I mean, you look at the matchups, and I kind of really expect the tournament to kind of go, I don't know so much 11-9, but I kind of expect a lot of real close games down the next 3 or 4 days here. So.
And I think this upcoming game could be a really close one as well. Game number 6 of the tournament, elimination game. Number 2 seeded Yankton, who yesterday ended up losing, getting shut out by Harrisburg by a score of 8-0. They enter today's contest with 26 wins and 11 losses on the season. They're going against a team, the number 7 seeded team, Pierre Post number 8, who lost to Watertown last night. A good one, 5-2 was the final. Pierre has a record of 22 wins and 15 losses. Now, kind of the weird thing, these two teams did not meet in the regular season. In fact, all 4 of our games today, these teams have not met in the regular season. How's that happen?
Yeah, one of those weird scheduling things where you feel like all these teams have probably played each other a couple times, but it turns out, nope. And so it's clean slate, a lot of unknown, a lot of uncertainty. I think yesterday we saw a lot of teams pitch their aces, so now it's kind of, we're going to start to see the depth that these teams have, especially at pitching here in these second day games. And with no prior experience, that could be very interesting. I don't know if there will be a feeling out process by each team, so you could see some slow starts, but again, like the last game we just saw, the later innings you kind of see they kind of catch on, or maybe you run out of that depth a little bit and you start getting a few more walks and allow teams to hang around.
Absolutely, and we talk about that pitching, Roger. We look at Pierre last night, that win against Watertown. That pitcher for Pierre had a lot of pitches last night, so that's pretty much for him for the tourney then.
Yeah, and he walked like 8 guys and really didn't have it. And and we were talking about, have you met these teams before? Well, in the Rapid City Post 320 22 game, they had faced the Post 320 pitcher. They had won the game 16-1 during the regular season. Guess what? Yesterday, totally different scenario. So, even coaches would probably say, we don't want to see that don't want to use that pitcher against them and stuff. So you wonder, it basically, does the guy have it on that given day, and then as even a youth baseball coach, there's that fly ball to right field. Does it just get over the guy's head? Does the wind hold it up? Does the kid make a diving catch? And all that changes what happens in a baseball game. So, but I do expect this to be a close tournament the rest of the way. So.
Absolutely agree. Well, it should be a good one here today. We talk about Pierre here right away. Post number 8, also known as the Eights. That's River Iverson, the head coach there. Big turnaround, Benny, from last year. When we look at their record this year of 22-15, much better than last year.
Yeah, last year they were 10-30 here, according to my notes. So, they've turned it around. They've figured some stuff out, and I think that's probably just, maybe quite a few young kids last year, and, just growing and maturing and getting more and more comfortable with Legion baseball and the competition. And they've really turned it around, played well, made it to the state tournament, and gonna have a good chance here winning today.
Absolutely. And when we talk about Yankton, they come into this season, or into the postseason here, with a record of 26-11, much like last year at 27-17. Yankton is a very good baseball town. They take it pretty seriously. I think they were a little not happy with their performance yesterday, Roger, and I looked for big things coming from them today.
Yeah, they struggled a little bit, and they threw their ace, and he was a little wild at times, and but you get this far and you don't play that well, you're probably not going to win the game. And so hopefully, I'm sure that the coaches there, Trey Creer and Drew and everybody else, they're going to want them come out and forget about yesterday, and now you got to focus on today.
Absolutely. Well, we're getting ready for the next game, game 2 of the 4 coming up here today. And then coming up tonight, we get into the winner's bracket matchup. First of all, it's, I think a lot of people are pretty excited with this team pulling off the big upset yesterday. Rapid City post number 320 takes on Renner Royals post number 307. That's the first game in the winner's bracket today at 4 o'clock. Benny, what do you think is going to happen there?
Oh, that's what, can 320 keep the momentum, keep the good vibes, the confidence rolling, or Renner looked pretty good last night against who did they play yesterday?
Renner ended up playing Brandon Valley.
Yes, they looked pretty good against Brandon Valley, so they're playing good baseball too. So that's a very interesting matchup, and like you said, they haven't played each other this year like any of the other teams. So it'll be very interesting to see how that one plays out.
And then the other one, Roger, as we've been talking, Watertown versus Harrisburg. Huge turnout last night, 1,300 during that Watertown game, and probably expecting that or more tonight. But the big question is, what uniforms are Watertown going to wear?
I don't know. They got about 8 of them, I think. And baseball players are supposed to be superstitious. So, wear the same uniform, don't wash it, for 3 weeks or whatever. And
that's what Roger does with his umpiring gear.
Sometimes at the Dilla house, the washer's just not open.
Very good. Well, it'll be fun. We got a great day upcoming. We talk about that attendance last night. Roger, you've been around for a long time, even though you're still very young, of course, but you've seen a lot of contests here. Football, it was, really packed here this last year, but this got to be great for baseball.
Yes, and we had a team. Ryan Neal actually coached. This is his second stint. He actually coached a team with Eric Danforth and those guys, probably 2010, 11, 12, that area. And there were some games with very similar crowds. They did not get to host the state tournament, but they did host the region tournament there that year. And believe me, as an umpire, if there was 1,300 people in the crowd, 1,299 were yelling at me. And so there was a big crowd then. So Watertown does support good teams,
It's not just Watertown. There's people from all over the state here. All the teams have brought a really good contingent. So we'll have more. We're getting ready for the starting lineup. So that's going to wrap it up for the KXLG pregame show. We'll be back with our little bit that we do inside the game coming up here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and then, of course, the postgame. So stick around for the game coming up. That's a KXLG pregame show for Ben Dilla and Roger Merriam. I'm Jeremy Herbold.
afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to Watertown, South Dakota for this continued coverage of the 2025 State A American Legion Baseball Tournament. This is held right here on Post 17 TV, which is produced by the outstanding team at Arrow TV. I am Cam Corey, and I'm joined by Brett Scott. We are your hosts for this afternoon's ball game. Starting lineups have begun, and we're going to turn it over to the public address announcer of Tyler Merriam for those starting lineups.
And the rest of Pierre Post 8 with assistant coach Elliott Life and the head coach River Iverson. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the home team, Yankton Post 12. Leading off and playing third base, number 11, Sam Goki. Batting second, first baseman, number 18, Matthew Sheldon. Batting third, right fielder, number 5, Easton Feeser. Batting cleanup, catcher number 22, Gavin Johnson. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 2, Beck Reichen. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 3, Owen Washon. Batting seventh, shortstop number 25, Tate Bestie. Batting eighth, the left fielder number 10, Trey Sager. Batting ninth, center fielder number 1, Evan Sirk. And the rest of Yankton Post 12 with assistant coach Trey Creer and the head coach Drew Lawrence. Introducing the umpires for Game 6. At home plate, Johnny Kirshner. At first base, Greg Warren. And at third base, Mike Deming. At this time, we ask that you all please rise and remove your hats for the reading of the American Legion Code of Sportsmanship, to be followed by the singing of our national anthem. To recite the code, representing the South Dakota State American Legion Athletic Commission, is Mr. Randy Miller.
Good afternoon. Welcome, Post 8, Post 12. It's Elimination Day. Remember, maintain your composure. Repeat after me. I will keep the rules. Keep faith with my teammates. Keep my temper. Keep myself fit. Keep a stout heart in defeat. Keep my pride under in victory. Keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body.
It's now time for our national anthem. Please honor the flag beyond the fence in left, and to sing the Star Spangled Banner, Casey Shoemaker.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Ladies and gentlemen, before Yankton takes the field, we'd like, as South Dakota American Legion, to recognize all veterans in attendance today.
And welcome to the Watertown Stadium. We've got a big-time elimination match here, Brett. This is going to be between Pierre, Post 8, and they're going to take on Yankton, Post 12. These two teams, both of them are communities that support their baseball teams, strong traditions. But this game is win and go on, lose and go home.
That's right, Cam. Both teams suffered tough losses yesterday. Yankton Post 12, the tournament's number 2 seed, went down in defeat to Harrisburg Post 45 in an 8-0 upset. Meanwhile, Pierre last night, the number 6 seed, battled but fell short in a 5-2 loss to Watertown. So this is a winner-go-home baseball today. So we can bet both clubs are going to grind it out and bring it today.
Yeah, and I think, you know, if we look at yesterday and Harrisburg, they're a good team. Yankton, I think they had their ace on the bump yesterday. They didn't play as good a baseball as I think that they've played all season long. I expect them to come out here today with energy and to get back into this tournament. Pierre on the other side, they played a really good Watertown team to a 4-2 loss, and that was maybe some errors involved in that game that made some decision. So this is a game that both teams want. Obviously, Yankton might have a sour taste in their mouth. So let's talk about Yankton Post 12. They came into this tournament as the number 2 team, and they really have talent up and down the lineup, both on the offensive side, that pitching side. That shutout loss to Harrisburg, that might have been simply a wake-up call for them. We'll see what happens. And they're going to have Fieser. He bats .350, 38 RBIs, but on the bump here this afternoon is going to be Beck Reichen. Beck Reichen has a 3.663 ERA and a 1.5 whip. So another good pitcher and excellent athlete. First pitch is in, and one pitch, one out.
That's a good way to start the game for Yankton. Beck Reichen was their shortstop yesterday, made some outstanding plays defensively, so it'll be interesting today to see how he pitches.
Shortstop number 7,
Dawson Getz up to bat for Pierre. And he'll take a pitch for a strike. Dawson Getz bats at .360. He's one of the top batters for Pierre, and he puts that on the ground. It goes up the middle to Wishan. Wishan cleans it, fields it cleanly, and throws over to first base for the out.
That was a nice play up the middle by Wishan, going to his backhand.
Charlie Simpson is the third batter for Pierre. He bats at .360 clip, and he could put it over the fence as well. He's got a home run on the year, 3 triples. That pitch is inside for ball 1. Beck Reichen on the bump. He wears number 2 Yankton today in their red tops, white bottoms. 2-0. To Charlie Simpson. Simpson takes that one for a strike. Off speed pitch by Reichen, and that just goes outside. Count is 3 balls, 1 strike. Simpson takes a hack at that one, fouls that straight back. There are 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Yankton is the home team. Payoff pitch. Goki going to be charged likely with an error there. So Charlie Simpson, hard hit to the third baseman of Goki. Goki just didn't set his feet and through that all arm did go beyond Sheldon. So it'll be charged with an error, and Simpson will get to second base.
Yeah, Sheldon wasn't able to come up with the scoop on that play, so Simpson was able to advance to second on the throw. Now coming up is four-hitter for Pierre, Cooper Twilliger.
Cooper Terwilliger, you hear a lot about him in the gridiron scene. He's getting some national attention as a tight end. Big kid, makes a hit to shortstop, and great play by Tate Bestie going to his right. Makes that clean fielding play and then throws across his body to get Terwilliger. So the top of the first will end with no runs on no hits. There was one error and one left on base.
The best way to get the most out of college is to do the most while you're in it. At Lake Area Tech, you'll learn in living, working environments with hands-on training and real-world experience to prepare for a high-paying career you love right out of school. From the moment you step on campus until you're one of our graduate success stories, when you start something here, you'll get an education you can really put to work and the best return on your investment. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
At Active Heating, you could say we specialize in comfort, heating and air conditioning, plumbing, air and water quality. Active Heating is ready. Too hot or too cold? Our certified comfort experts for Coleman Heating and Cooling Equipment can help. Don't let a leak drain your bank account. Our plumbers can handle it. Improve your air and water quality with an air purifier and reverse osmosis system from Active Heating, your local Coleman dealer. Active Heating of Watertown and Brookings, your comfort experts.
Looking for a way to show your school spirit and support the Watertown School District? With the Aero Spirit card from American Bank and Trust, you can do both. Every time you use your Aero Spirit debit card, a portion of your purchase goes right back to the school, helping fund important programs and activities. It's a win for you and a big win for our students. Visit your local American Bank and Trust at 1715 First Avenue Northeast today to sign up and make a difference with every swipe. American Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Watertown Stadium. You're watching Post 17 TV, produced by Aero TV. On the mound for this matchup between Pierre and Yankton in the bottom half is going to be J.J. Buchholz. J.J. Buchholz has a 2.146 ERA with a whip of 1.22, so a really good pitcher is Buchholz. First pitch is in for a strike. Hits the gapper.
I think that's big for Yankton to get off after not scoring a run yesterday, to get a base runner early and maybe get a quick run on the board here.
So good hit by Goki right up the middle.
That brings Matthew Sheldon to the plate. He's currently batting .389, 25 RBIs, 9 doubles.
That pitch is in for a strike to Sheldon. Sheldon was one of the Yankton players to make it to third base yesterday. They only had two occasions did they have base runners that made it to third against Harrisburg. That one's down for a ball. Sheldon hits that one. It's deep going down left, and that is going to go foul.
Put a little charge in that one. It was foul, but you can see Sheldon's power there.
Sheldon does have, he is one of the power hitters for Yankton. He does have a 1 triple and 9 doubles, and on-base percentage of .540. So in that second hole, A lot of times you see that second hole as being, good at that bunt specialist. I don't see Sheldon as a bunter too often.
No, I don't think their coach is going to have him sacrifice too many times.
Two and two count. Buchholz facing Sheldon. Buchholz looking over at Goki at first. Token throw over. He is safe. Buchholz throws that one into the dirt, and the steal was actually on, so that was before it went in the dirt, and we'll have a stolen base for Goki. Sheldon remains at the plate with a full count. Buchholz in an early jam here with a man in scoring position. That one's down and low. Sheldon is going to walk.
That brings up Easton Fieser, right fielder for Yankton. One of their clearly best hitters on the team. He almost went yard yesterday, hit a double off the fence.
Fieser does have a home run on the year, and 3 triples, 11 doubles, averages .350. Fieser. Takes that one down for a ball. Early trouble for J.J. Buchholz. Having just a little bit of difficulty finding the strike zone. He is taking his time, trying to get his focus. Pitches in, down and in on the left-hander of Fieser. Buchholz going to take a couple steps off the mound, take a breath, try and regroup. He's got a 3-0 count. Fieser just can be patient right now. And he does take a 4-pitch walk. This will load up the bases for Yankton. We're going to see Pierre come out and have a quick meeting. What do you do here in the first inning, Brett? What do you say as a coach to your pitcher that, first inning and no outs, bases loaded?
I think they're probably telling him to relax. We need some strikes here, and let's get a ground ball. Let's get an out. Maybe we can induce a double play. Help ourselves get out of the inning. They may play their middle infield back to try to get the double play and then let the run score. Yeah,
it's early, so you might as well try and get the 2 outs or the double play up the middle. Okay, good. So quick meeting, and we'll see Pierre's manager come off and up to bat for
Gavin Johnson for Yankton, the catcher.
Bases loaded for Johnson. Buchholz with the pitch, and that is down and in. Down and low, good block by Simpson, who is doing the catching duties here this afternoon for Post 8. That one is down. 3 balls. I believe we've had 8 balls in a row. And that one is a called strike to bring that count to 3-1 to the catcher for Yankton. Good swing, line drive. 1 out, and that is caught by Pierre at Getz.
Good hard hit ball just right at the shortstop. Yankton might have gotten lucky to not get doubled off there because it was a well hit ball.
That was a good hit, hard hit ball.
We'll see if the pitcher, Beck Reichen, can help himself out here, get a couple runs across.
Reichen, just a fantastic athlete, very athletic.
Yep, point guard on the basketball team. We saw how well he did yesterday playing shortstop.
He's
pitching today.
Yeah, and he's my Mountain Dew guy. Drinks the Mountain Dew. Yeah. Good hit, going to the gap. On the run is Hunsley. It's over and between Hunsley and Leimbach. Throw comes in. That's going to score Sheldon. Scores 2. So we'll see Goki and Sheldon on the double.
The Mountain Dew paid off this morning.
It sure
that worked
did.
out. I see a little early activity in the Pierre bullpen. We still only have 1 out.
So Fieser will remain on first, or on third, and Reichen on second.
Up to bat is the second baseman, Washan.
Washan looking to do some damage. That must be just down and outside. 3 balls, no count. Buchholz having some control issues here, finding that strike zone, looking to dial it in. There he gets the strike call. And he's going to be walked. So the bases are loaded again. There's 1 out.
Third baseman for Yankton, Tate Bestie, coming to the plate.
I think Bestie is playing shortstop this game. He was center field last night.
Yeah, you are correct. He has moved to shortstop today.
Bases loaded. Bestie takes a strike. Probably a good idea at this point. And you know that Buchholz is having a little trouble with the strike zone, so being patient as a batter is probably a good idea at this point.
You know, in these first 2 pitches, he's both off-speed pitches, so he's trying to find that zone with anything he can at this point.
1-1 count to Bestie. And that one's in for a strike. That's down for a ball. Two nothing in the bottom of the first inning. As we said, Yankton was going to come back likely strong. They were not happy with their performance yesterday. This is a team that has both the offensive and pitching to go really deep in this tournament. And, you know, that sour taste that they had yesterday after that 8-0 loss to Harrisburg, I'm sure is they're focused and ready to play today. Good hit by Bestie. It's going out center field. That is tracked down by Hunsley. There is no tag. So that'll go down as a line out to Hunsley in center field.
Well, Yankton has a 24-11 record on the year, so they've proven it. They're the number 2 seed, so this is a good start for them.
Bases remain loaded. Buchholz trying to get out of this with only having given up 2 runs. Sager up to bat. Trey Sager bats at a .233 average. Count is 1-1.
Yeah, Yankton's definitely being patient at the plate. They're making Buchholz throw strikes.
Bases loaded. Buchholz, right-hander, off speed, foul balls up, and that is going to be out of bounds. Johnson unable to, or excuse me, Simpson unable to track that one down. Taking his time on the mound is Buchholz. Now the pitch and the swing and the miss. You're watching Post 17 TV. We'll be back.
In town for the game or just passing through? Well, swing by Country Road Barn, home of the area's best smoked meats, brisket, ribs, pulled pork, all slow smoked to perfection and served with that small town charm. They're open Wednesday through Friday, 5 until 9 p.m., so plan your visit and bring your appetite. It's a true taste of small town South Dakota and worth every mile. The Country Road Barn, just minutes from Watertown and a home run for your hunger. Stay connected with them on their Facebook page or website.
As one of the nation's strongest financial organizations, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card have the strength to do good. We support nearly 700 organizations and nonprofits. Our employees give more than 30,000 volunteer hours annually. And we are continually seeking...
And Leimbach is up to bat and takes the first pitch, goes to the second baseman of Wishan. Wishan clean fields that one and throws off to first base. One out for Beck Reichen. You know, that's one of the things, long inning there. Reichen came out, pitched a good first half of that inning, and then you sit for a while. And sometimes you worry about them coming back and, after, having to warm up again. But Reichenbeck came out, threw a strike right away, and gets a quick out.
Pierre has Sonnenschein up to bat.
Sonnenschein is the right fielder. He bats .345 and has an on-base percentage of .419. So Sonnenschein, a really good hitter himself. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
No, when you look at Pierre's roster, they have a young team. They have a lot of sophomores that are going to be junior on their team. So I think they're strong the next few years.
Not only are these two teams baseball teams or towns, they're both football towns too. We'll see these boys again, a lot of them on the gridiron. And there is a strikeout for Reichen.
I think everybody knows Pierre's dominance in football over the last so many years until this past year, but
yes, I agree. I heard maybe their theme this year is going to be the Empire Strikes Back.
I suppose that would fit, wouldn't it?
The designated hitter is up for Pierre, and that is Mr. Rounds, Trevor Rounds.
Rounds' on-base percentage is .463.
It looks like he draws quite a few walks to build that on-base percentage up. There's a strike 3. So
Good
great 1, 2, 3 inning. You're watching Post 17 TV. We'll be back.
Glacier Lakes Power Sports and Golf is your indoor golf destination in Watertown, South Dakota. We have 4 golf simulators available to rent 7 days a week. Call us at 605-954-4080 to reserve your time, or visit our website at jlpowersports.com.
Infinity Fun is the place to be. They got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun, they got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun.
Open 7 days a week in Watertown.
Your starting lineup for KXLG Radio. Leading off at the front desk, Lori Kane. On the air, your power hitters: Jeremy Herbold, Ben Dilla, Jan Robson, Tim Williams, Gary Weckworth, Robin Givens, Doreen Foster, and Jaden Thomas. If it's news, Steve Jurens hits it out of the park. In sales, your closers: Andy Turback, Ben Dilla, Nicole Kraus, and Brody Reese. And skipper, Melissa Herbold. KXLG, your locally owned community radio station, still undefeated.
So after 1.5, Yankton does lead Pierre 2-0. They are coming up and starting the bottom of the second with Evan Sirk. Evan Sirk is the center fielder for Yankton. Buchholz come out for his second inning of work.
Sirk has an incredible .549 on base percentage for a 9-hitter.
Yeah, he's another one that we saw yesterday, and I think he was playing right field, and just the athleticism. He made some really good plays out there in right. Did hit the fence, I think, if I remember right, on the grand slam. 3-2, full count to Evan Sirk. Lefty pitches in, swings, and foul.
And he's got one of their better batting averages on the team. Probably the best on base percentage in the 9-hole.
Yeah.
That shows you the depth of Yankton.
Foul ball, but this one goes down the left field line and out of play. Been a good crowd here for our opening day of state tournament action. Estimated crowd number for last night was 1,300 people in the Watertown Stadium for that game between Pierre and Watertown. Buchholz gets the strikeout, his second strikeout of the day.
It was definitely a lively crowd last night here in Watertown, obviously the hometown, but also the state tournament hasn't been here for a lot of years, so great job by the Watertown fans coming out to support Post 17.
Agreed. And the businesses of Watertown has really supported having the state tournament here in their advertising and their sponsorship, so a big shout out to really the Watertown community in having and hosting the State A American Legion Tournament in its 100th year. 1-1 count to Goki. Sam Goki bats .351.
He had a sharp line drive for a base hit in his first at-bat. We'll see what he can do on his second one.
Pitches in. To Getz makes the throw, and Goki is out on a good throw by the shortstop for Pierre. So Buchholz looking like he is settling down a little bit, finding that strike zone.
I agree. A quick inning for him would be big here.
Matthew Sheldon up to bat. He walked last time. And he's down 0-2 to start this at bat. Again, the Yankton batters being patient. Sheldon watches that one go outside. Looked like some sort of breaking ball. And we're out here in the left field line. Just missed. You can see that Buchholz wanted that one.
Looks like the Pierre fans wanted that one.
Yes. And there he gets the call. So really good inning. Another backwards K. You're watching Post 17 TV. Stay with us.
Looking for family fun all in one place? Then come out to Legends. Tee off on their mini golf course. Race your crew in go-karts. And strike up some laughs with mini bowling. Kids love the arcade. And parents, they've got you covered with cold beer and amazing food. And don't forget the cherry on top, SDSU ice cream. It's all happening at Legends, where fun meets flavor. Highway 212, Watertown. Mack Landscaping and Lawn Irrigation was started in 1983 and has developed into the top landscape and lawn irrigation business in the area. And it's not hard to see why. Just take a look at some of the work they've done. No job is too big or too small. Give Shane Mack a call at 605-880-6001 for landscaping, or Wyatt Mack at 605-880-0300 for lawn irrigation or lighting.
They say there's no guarantees in life. But who's they? And do they have Midco Internet? Now there's a guarantee. So let's go. Let's go reliable. Let's go resilient. Let's go beyond.
Welcome back to the Watertown Stadium, the iconic Watertown Stadium, for this 100th playing of the State American Legion Tournament. You know, as we look around the stadium, you know, this is like the Coliseum, right? The Roman Coliseum. It's solid concrete. Not that I've ever been there, but if I had, I mean, this is like a quarter of it, maybe.
Yeah, and you think about that. They used to have a track here that actually went through the outfield. I was talking to a Renner dad last night who's from Watertown that played here, and he said actually when he was in high school, the remnants of the track was still there, and they had to play through the dirt. And
Grayson Hunsley with a nice line shot right up the middle for a base hit. That will bring up Schaefer for Pierre. Hudson Schaefer, the third baseman. Oh, Hudson Stoscher. Number 16, Hudson Stoscher. Throw over by Reichen. Reichen started this inning with only having pitched 19 pitches, so less than 10 pitches per inning. That's really good. That's where you want to be. You can send your pitcher deep into the game in a 4-day or long tournament like this is. You want your starting pitchers to keep their pitch count down and go as far and as long as you can. Stoscher attempted the bunt. That is a called strike.
I think you saw some of that strategy last night in the Watertown Pierre game with pitch count and how deep you can get into the game and reliance on your bullpen at that point.
Reichen throws over to Sheldon. Sheldon puts the tag on Hunsley. Hunsley is safe. Stosher showing bunt. The bunt is on. It is going to be a sacrifice. Reichen goes and gets that, throws to first. So right now, Pierre is simply working to manufacture a run. Get one across the plate, get some energy. One out for Pierre. They will send their top of the order to the plate. Riker with the pitch to Wishan. Wishan goes over and throws it to Sheldon. So nice run and pickup by Wishan by Yankton, and goes to Sheldon for the out. That will move Hunsley to third, and there are 2 outs.
Wishan's looked good in the infield both days. He was impressive yesterday. Dawson gets for Pierre. The shortstop is now up to bat.
Pops that one up. 0-2. Count on Dawson Getz. Hunsley is on third base. Reichen looking to get out of this jam without allowing a run. Pitches in and called a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Reichen has consistently worked ahead this whole game.
Right-hander, pitch, swing, and past Sheldon. That will score Hunsley. That'll put Pierre on the board. Good hit by Dawson Getz.
Went with the pitch and put it into right field.
That will bring up Charlie Simpson. Charlie Simpson bats a .360 average and gets on base at just under 500. So half the time Simpson is getting on base. He is one of the power hitters for Pierre. Takes a first pitch for a ball.
It's pretty easy to put a kid like that in your 3-hole.
Yep.
A lot of foul ground here in Watertown.
High and just off of Reichen. So Reichen calls the foul ball. Johnson was so sure that Reichen was going to get it. He turned his back, walks to go get his mask because he threw it off. And after it dropped, he looked back like, really? I mean, that is trust in your player.
And you can see Reichen is upset with himself after that. And
yeah, and the teammate and the trust there, you like to see that. Obviously, that's going to, Reichen would like to have that one back. Steele is on, and they got him at second base. Good throw by Johnson. And they're able to get Getz. You're watching Post 17 TV. Stay with us.
Midwest Foam and Coatings LLC is a family-owned and operated full-service insulation company specializing in spray foam application and energy efficiency. They offer all types of insulation like spray foam, blown-in cellulose, blown-in fiberglass, and fiberglass bats. Midwest Foam and Coatings also does insulation removal along with specialty coating that can restore rubber and metal roof systems. Visit their website for more information at mwfoam.com. Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Midwest Foam and Coatings.
Between working on our farm and being a surgical nurse here at Prairie Lakes for 43 years, my shoulders have been through a lot. I needed a different kind of surgery. It's called a reverse total shoulder replacement. Different shoulders are different. With surgeons like Dr. Johnston here in Watertown, I didn't need a different city, just a different plan.
Prairie Lakes Healthcare System. Your health, our mission.
In the heart of South Dakota, where community and traditions thrive, ReliaBank has been a trusted presence for over a century. From our humble beginnings in 1920, we've grown alongside our communities, committed to financial success and community betterment. At ReliaBank, hometown customer service isn't just a promise, it's our legacy. Your success is our success, so let's keep growing together. Today, tomorrow, and for the next 100 years. Experience banking where hometown values still matter.
And welcome back to the Watertown Stadium. J.J. Buchholz comes out for his third inning of work. So far, he's given up 2 runs on 2 hits, and he has pitched 51 pitches. He starts off this inning with a ball. He has struck out 3 and also walked 3, and those 3 walks really came in that first inning, which was when Buchholz was struggling to find the strike zone, but that second inning he went 1, 2, 3 and looks like he's dialed in now. Up to bat is Easton Fieser, another left-hander for Yankton Post 12. His favorite player, Fieser's favorite player, is Harrison Smith, Harry the Hitman.
Little pop fly to the first baseman.
Terwilliger takes a couple steps forward and makes the catch. Gavin Johnson, the catcher for Yankton. He had a lined out to the shortstop, goes to the shortstop this time as well, but it was on the ground, picked up by Getz and thrown over to Terwilliger for the out. Just a couple pitches thrown in this inning by Buchholz. The pitcher now up to bat. He hit a double last time up, and a gapper between the left fielder and the center fielder. This time it comes in, he gets out of the way. Ball 1.
Yeah, Reichen drove in 2 runs with that double in the first inning to get Yankton on the board.
That's what you want to do as the pitcher. Kind of helping yourself there.
Exactly. Help yourself out. I think it's obvious he's one of the leaders on the team anyways, and he showed it with that double to left center.
Breaking ball is called a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. To Beck Reichen. 3 balls, 1 strike. Breaking ball, and that's going to go for ball 4. That'll put Beck Reichen on first base and bring up the second baseman for Yankton, Owen Wishon.
Owen walked in his first at bat.
And that is down and away for ball 1 to Wishon.
Wonder if Yankton would put Reichen in motion here, get him in scoring position.
Good hit by Wishon. He'll get the single to a left field. Tate Bestie, now the shortstop, up to bat. He had a line drive to the center fielder. Hunsley tracked that one down. He's looking to hit the green this time. Tate Bestie, I believe, attending SDSU down in Brookings. So he might hear the voice of Tyler Merriam a little more often than just here as our public address announcer at the Watertown Stadium. Of course, those of you that don't know, Tyler Merriam is the voice of the Jackrabbits. Tate Bestie with a 1-1 count. Buchholz trying to get out of his third inning of work. The right-hander goes to work. He's in the stretch, swings, and fouls off by Bestie.
Count is now 2-2 to Bestie.
Pitch and popped up, and that's going to be out of play. Bestie protecting the strike zone. 2-2 count. J.J. Buchholz has been the lone pitcher for Pierre in this elimination game. Pitch is on the way. Bestie protecting the plate, fouls that one off. So good battle right now for Bestie, and this is, you know, as a batter in a tournament that requires, you know, you're looking at pitch counts, Bestie's doing his job. No matter even what happens in this at bat, he's prolonging the pitch count. Another
foul ball for Bestie, and like just what you said, getting that pitch count up for Buchholz, important. Other batters are seeing more pitches coming in. That helps the whole team, and he's done a great job just fighting these pitches off.
Right-hander pitches, and this one's popped up, and that is also going to be out of bounds. And I don't know how many foul balls we've had, I guess, in this at bat, but umpire need to go reload. Count is 2-2. Yankton, post 12, does lead Pierre. Post 8, 2-1 in the bottom of the third. Tate Bestie is up to bat, facing J.J. Buchholz. A good battle. Buchholz does get him to strike out on the breaking ball. So no runs. One hit, one left on base, and there are no errors. You're watching Post 17 TV.
Stop into Roy's Sports Shop for the newest and latest apparel, footwear, and equipment for your sports. Whether it's a new bat from Marucci, a glove from Rawlings, a new pair of shoes from Under Armour or Adidas, or a pair of Oakley sunglasses, Roy's Sports Shop has what you need. Check out their online spirit store for apparel from your favorite team or school. Let them know if you'd like to start a new online store for your team or organization. Roy's Sports Shop is a local business that has served our area for the past 50 years. Roy's Sports Shop, East Highway 212, Watertown.
Whether you're cheering on your team from across the state or across the country, just know right here in Watertown, Sharp Automotive is driving hometown pride forward. From new Chevys and GMCs to trusted service and parts, Sharp Automotive is proud to support South Dakota Legion Baseball in the next generation of hometown heroes. Shop online anytime at sharpgm.com. We'll be here when you're ready. Sharp Automotive, driven to serve and proud to support all baseball fans.
Welcome back to the Watertown Stadium. I want to give a shout out to Dakota Sign and Graphic. This is one of the local businesses that is a proud supporter of Post 17 baseball, and in fact the community of Watertown, and they have donated the video board that is being used in-house here for live entertainment and replays and video. Good hit out to left field, and that is tracked down by Sager. So Charlie Simpson with a long fly ball out. Dakota Sign and Graphic was here till 2:30 a.m. the morning just prior to the first game starting. And they had to wait for all the storms to leave the area, and then they had to come in and install it. So we do appreciate Dakota Sign and Graphic for their support of Post 17 baseball. Charlie Simpson up to bat facing off against Riken, and he gives a deep fly ball to left field, and that is going to be the first out of the inning. Cooper Terwilliger up to bat for Pierre Post 8. Cooper Terwilliger, a tall, strong young man, plays tight end for the Pierre Governors. And as we mentioned earlier, I don't know where he's going to end up, but he's getting some national attention. Good hit, strong young man, goes into the gap between right and center. He's on his horse. It looks like he's going to go for 3, and he's going to be a stand-up triple by Cooper Terwilliger. Big hit, big time for Cooper Terwilliger, the 4-hole. And we know, obviously, he's a strong, strong young man. And I didn't, think that was going for a triple, and quick. I mean, he got around the bases really well.
He did. He showed some speed there for a big young man. And like I said, I thought it was going to be a double, and he stretches it into triple and actually got in there easily.
So the Pierre Post 8 Legion team is threatening in this 4th inning. Up to bat is Leimbach. He was the pitcher in last night's contest against Watertown and did a very, very good job. He did go beyond his inning, so no matter what happens in this game, he's not available. But if they were to win this game, his tournament is, I believe, completed due to pitch count rules.
I believe that's correct, and I agree with you. I thought he pitched a heck of a game last night. He battled. He had some walks early in the game, but he got out of a couple bases-loaded jams as well.
He did. Now we've got a battle between Yankton's pitcher Riken and Leimbach. Leimbach playing left field this afternoon. Leimbach fouls that one off. Ridge Leimbach does have 1 home run on the year. He's one of the leaders, tied for the lead in RBIs with Sutton Sonnenschein. Bats .333, so he does it on the mound and in the batter's box. Fouls that one off. 2-2 count. Beck Riken looking to get out of this 4th inning without giving up another run. The right-hander pitches. Fouled off.
Leimbach goes down with a strikeout. 2 outs for Pierre.
Big strikeout for Beck Riken. Brings up Sonnenschein. He's the right fielder here today. Wears number 6. He struck out last time at bat. Johnson looking to keep everything in front of him right now. We saw that the big boy of Cooper Terwilliger has the speed to get in on a pass ball. And that's exactly what we talk about. That saves a run right there by the catching abilities of Gavin Johnson.
Exactly. As you were talking about blocking it, he does exactly that.
Yeah, he collapsed good form and keeping that up there. So often you'll see catchers try and glove it when they just need to get that box, it's really called, and use your chest. And he did that just very, very well. Textbook for a catcher, and it keeps it right in front of him and doesn't allow it to corral right or left. Very well done by Johnson.
Little mound visit there by Coach Lawrence with Beck Reichen.
Pitch is in and up. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sonnenschein bats .345. He's got a home run, a triple, and 6 doubles on the year. And now he's looking at a hitter's count of 3 balls, 1 strike. And Sonnenschein just needs to be patient right now. The pressure is all on Beck Reichen. Pitches in, swing and a miss. Now we even up the pressure on both the pitcher and the batter. See who can win this battle. Foul ball. Count is full. Terwilliger's on third. Pitches in, swing and a miss. Big finish to that inning by Beck Reichen. Gets 2 strikeouts in a row after the triple. So they leave 1 on base. There is 1 hit, no runs, no errors. We're going to turn it down to, for the in-game, inside the game, to Jeremy Herbold.
You guys can go. It's fine. Yeah, you're good. Thank you, though. All right, we're back here. It's KXLG Inside the Game here in the second game of day number 2. And we wanted to do this here with one of our Inside the Game telecasts here where we wanted to talk with a bat boy. So what better than having Phoenix, the bat boy for Watertown Post 17, the Arrows. How you doing, Phoenix?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. Boy, you've been a bat boy for how many years?
2 years.
How did you get to be a bat boy?
So Ryan, he was my gym teacher, and he kind of just asked me, and I said yes, and so now I'm the bat boy.
What does that entail? What do you have to do being a bat boy?
You have to make sure you focus and watch the game.
Yeah. You get the bats and make sure everything's good, right?
Yep.
Well, do you play baseball yourself?
Yes, I play 8U baseball.
8 and under baseball. What positions?
First base and shortstop.
And did I hear you're a lefty?
Yep.
Better be a pitcher too someday, huh?
Yep.
What's your favorite sport?
Probably baseball or hockey.
Hockey. And you also play football?
Yep.
Thank you very much, Phoenix. Great job. That's another KXLG Inside the Game. I'm Jeremy Herbold for KXLG.
And we want to thank KXLG in partnership with Post 17 TV and Arrow TV, and that was Jeremy Herbold of KXLG giving an inside the game interview. Up to bat for Yankton is number 10, Trey Sager. Trey Sager is the left fielder. He puts that in play, and they're going to be line drive to Schaefer of Pierre, and he makes that catch. So on the hot corner, Hudson Schaefer. Or is that Stosher?
That's Stoser.
Stosher.
Hudson Stoser, yep.
Stosher.
And Buckles comes out for another inning. I think he's about at 74 pitches.
Well, I better apologize to the Stoscher family. I actually used to work with his mother, so I apologize to the Stoscher family for getting him and Schaefer mixed up. Long fly ball to the center fielder of Hunsley. Hunsley makes the catch. 2 down here in the early parts of the 4th inning.
Brings up the leadoff hitter, Sam Goki.
And after that first inning, Brett, we have seen J.J. Buchholz really settle down and pitch a nice game after that first inning. And as I say that, he throws one in the dirt. But he's really has gone, 1, 2, 3 in that second inning, faced 5 batters in the 3rd inning, and now he's got 2 outs here in the 4th.
I was going to point out the same thing, how he has come back and kept Pierre in the game. You know, had struggled a little bit last inning, but he got out of it, and he's found his zone.
Three balls, 1 strike to Sam Goki, the leadoff batter for Yankton. Buchholz with the pitch, and that is going to be a ball 4. That'll put Goki on base and bring up Matthew Sheldon, the first baseman for Yankton. Buchholz has pitched 81 pitches in this game, only 41 for strikes. Steele is on. Throw is down there. And got Goki. So we have seen a couple of really good throws from the catcher, and Charlie Simpson goes right after that one and gets Goki stealing. Great replay by our camera crew of Aero TV. But you are watching Post 17 TV. We'll be back.
Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Tony Arnold Construction. If you're looking for a general contractor for custom homes in and around the Watertown area, or are in need of residential, commercial home, and commercial home remodeling, give Tony Arnold Construction a call at 605-880-8497 or email TonyArnoldConstruction@gmail.com. Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Tony Arnold Construction.
Baseball fans, stop into the Wheel Inn for some home-cooked food. Open 7 days a week, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner with the best staff in town. Plus, online ordering is available. Visit WatertownWheelIn.com to order your favorites. Come to the Wheel Inn before or after the game for your home-cooked favorites. Open daily, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Highway 20 in Watertown. Good luck to the Watertown Arrows in the State A Legion Tournament from the staff at the Wheel Inn.
Batting leadoff for Pierre in this inning is going to be the designated hitter, Trevor Rounds. Trevor Rounds, want to give a shout out. He has decided to serve our country by joining the South Dakota Army National Guard and attend SDSU, but we do appreciate the service that Trevor is going to give back to our country and specifically the state of South Dakota. So shout out to Trevor Rounds. Trevor Rounds is up for the second time. He did strike out on his first at bat here today. We are seeing Beck Reichen. He remains on the mound for Yankton. Beck Reichen has pitched a whale a game. He's held Pierre to 1 run.
And he got out of a huge jam last inning, gave up a 1-out triple, and then struck out the next 2 batters to strand Twilliger at third base.
Yeah, that was a huge inning for And you saw the emotion coming off. You know, Yankton, this is a close game, elimination game.
Caught him in the shoulder, I think.
Trevor Rounds is going to be hit by pitch. That'll put the leadoff person on first with no outs. This brings up Hunsley, the center fielder for Pierre. Porter looking, making sure he's got his signs.
So have you seen the way some of the teams do the signs? It's not the traditional. It's most of them have wristbands or they have it in their pocket. The coach shouts out three numbers.
Bunt, it's popped up. Can they get to it? They don't. Beckreichen throws and hits. Hunsley in the back. It was a dangerous bunt. It popped higher than you would want to, and that caused Rounds to really hesitate. But then it dropped, and the speed of Hunsley getting down the line, and not a great angle for Reichen. Reichen gave it a shot, but
I thought
it hit him
he
in
was
the
going
back.
to get to the ball on the pop-up on the bunt attempt.
I believe they are going to give that, it looks like they're giving that a single. So Pierre threatening, they are down by 1.
Brings up Hudson Stoser, Pierre's third baseman.
Sheldon goes after that and slips. We did have a little bit of rain last night. I don't know if that causes anything, but you know, this is a grass infield. There is not turf in the infield. Sheldon goes after that, slips, and
everybody's safe.
Bases loaded for Pierre.
Very interesting how they score that one.
Yeah, I'm kind of watching to see what we can see here and what they're going to score. And I've not seen the official score or official ruling. No outs, bases loaded, Brett.
This big, you know, top of the order coming up for Pierre. Let's see if they can do some damage.
And now Carter Shufflebine comes up, lead off. Foul ball. So pressure now on Beckreichen to get out of this inning. No outs, bases loaded for Pierre, post 8.
Yankton has their corners in here, but their middle infield is back. They're looking for a double play ground ball, which they get. They give up the run, but they do get the double play.
4-6-3 is how that is scored. Hunsley moves to third. Round scores, ties that up. So 2 outs for Yankton. Leaves Hunsley on third. Gets, swings, line drive, and that is caught by Sager. We've got a tie ball game, 2-2 in this Elimination State American Legion Tournament. You're watching Post 17 TV.
William Neal and Company would like to wish the Watertown Post 17 Legion baseball team good luck this season. Another great team for all your auditing, accounting, and tax preparation needs are the professionals at William Neal and Company, a full-service accounting firm serving the area for over 50 years. Offices located in Watertown and Clark. Give them a call today at 886-6028. That's 886-6028.
do something to launch your future at Lake Area Tech. It's a living, working, thought-producing environment to help you level up in the workforce. Combined with hands-on training and real-world experience, you'll be ready to find a high-paying career you'll love right out of school, the way 99% of our graduates do. It's the best return on your college investment, the quickest path to your future success. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
Glacier Lakes Power Sports and Golf is your indoor golf destination in Watertown, South Dakota. We have 4 golf simulators available to rent 7 days a week. Call us at 605-954-4080 to reserve your time, or visit our website at glpowersports.com.
And welcome back to the Watertown Stadium. I am Cam Corey, joined in the booth by Brett Scott, and we were talking about the official ruling when the bunt by Stosher and Matthew Sheldon comes in and slipped. That was ruled an error. So that we were waiting for that ruling, and Yankton, they got out of a jam. They went for the double play. They got it. They conceded that run to home, and then they got those 2 outs, looked for another out, and got out of a big, big jam there. Up to bat in this bottom actually of the 5th is Matthew Sheldon.
Sheldon was up to bat when Golke got thrown out at second base attempting to steal last inning.
Throughout this tournament, Brett, one of the things that, and I've watched all of the games so far, is the catchers for every team, their ability to keep the ball in front of them. We don't see very many pass balls, or I have not seen very many pass balls at all in this tournament. But secondly, there's not a lot of running on the base paths because the technique and the arm and the footwork of these catchers is just phenomenal.
It is, and I've noticed that just from watching quite a few Junior Legion games this year, where anybody with speed, it's kind of an automatic you're going to steal. Where the games that I've been watching here, there's been, I think I've only seen 2 or 3 attempts at a stolen base this entire tournament.
Yeah, I agree, and we've seen 2 of them get caught in this game. Big strikeout by J.J. Buchholz on Matthew Sheldon. Sheldon goes down on a backwards K. That's 2 strikeouts for Sheldon this afternoon. This brings up Easton Fieser. The left-hander, Buchholz, remains in the game. 2 balls. J.J. Buchholz has 89 pitches. Cannot go over 105 pitches unless you're within the same batter. So he is winding down. Long run out to right field. And Sonnenschein calls off the second baseman of Shufflebind, can of corn.
Looks like if Buchholz can keep Yankton in check, that they're going to push him right up to his limit for the tournament with 105 pitches today.
Yeah, he's currently at 91 pitches. This could be his last inning unless this is a quick at bat. Buchholz with the pitch. And that is called a ball.
Seems like Yankton's bats kind of went quiet after that first inning when they got their 2 runs.
Gavin Johnson, the catcher, and the cleanup hitter for Yankton at the plate with 2 outs. Now looking at a 3-0 count. Gavin Johnson, a dangerous hitter. 2-2 score. Pitches in, and 4-pitch walk for Gavin Johnson. They'll bring up Beck Reichen, the pitcher for Yankton.
See if he can help himself out again. He did in the first inning, and
He has got the 2 RBIs on that double in the first inning. And that has been the run scored by...
Outstanding catch. And
that was amazing. Are they calling that a catch?
They are.
All right. You see some, the umpires themselves are talking about it, but I don't know that any of them could see that. They're calling great catch. So Porter Hunsley goes after that one, dives and makes that catch. Wow, that saved a run. That was just amazing.
I agree. If that gets down, that's definitely a run scored, and Reichen is probably on third base.
Agreed. You're watching Post 17 TV. We'll catch your breath. We'll be back.
The best way to get the most out of college is to do the most while you're in it. At Lake Area Tech, you'll learn in living, working environments with hands-on training and real-world experience to prepare for a high-paying career you love right out of school. From the moment you step on campus until you're one of our graduate success stories, when you start something here, you'll get an education you can really put to work and the best return on your investment. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
At Active Heating, you could say we specialize in comfort, heating and air conditioning, plumbing, air and water quality. Active Heating is ready. Too hot or too cold? Our certified comfort experts for Coleman Heating and Cooling Equipment can help. Don't let a leak drain your bank account. Our plumbers can handle it. Improve your air and water quality with an air purifier and reverse osmosis system from Active Heating, your local Coleman dealer. Active Heating of Watertown and Brookings, your comfort experts.
And welcome back to the Watertown Stadium. If we've got an opportunity to see that catch again on replay, that would just be fantastic. Porter Hunsley going to his left and goes to his left and makes a diving catch. And there was a little bit of confusion on the field because both umpires looked at each other, and one umpire is required or responsible for going out and making sure that that's a catch. And right there, beautiful camera work by our team. You can see that catch. Dives out completely. Fantastic by Porter Hunsley. That is that might be the catch of the tournament so far.
Yeah, I'd say that's the catch of the tournament. And he's left-handed. He had to go across his body to get that in the gap.
Here we are in the 6th inning. This is a tie ball game in this elimination game.
3-hitter Charlie Simpson up to plate. Reichen is still out there pitching.
Charlie Simpson wants to go to college and become a math teacher. 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Charlie Simpson. Beck Reichen remains on the mound. He's gone the distance.
Good catch.
Great catch by Wishan. Wishan jumps up, catches the ball at the peak of his jump and brings that down for the catch. Owen Wishan, another big defensive play. So we're seeing both teams, they know they lose, they go home, and neither team wants to go home at this moment. Cooper Terwilliger up to bat for Pierre Post 8.
Tripled to right center field in his last at-bat and showed off a little speed.
1 ball, 1 strike to Cooper Terwilliger. Beck Reichen with 71 pitches. He's been efficient here this afternoon.
That's pretty incredible through, 5 full innings, 71 pitches, very efficient.
Reichen with the pitch, is off speed, popped up, and it's going to go fouled out the right field line. Good ball game here this afternoon between Yankton Post 12 and Pierre Post 8. Going to his right, picks it up, throws, makes the throw, and he is out. Huge play by Tate Bestie, going to his right, reaches across his body, and then has to throw back across his body in a deep, deep hole there at shortstop. Great play by Tate Bestie. And we saw the speed of Cooper Terwilliger earlier last inning.
He wasn't making that easy. He was hustling down the line. And like I said, last night, Bestie was playing in the outfield. He's playing shortstop today.
Yeah. Athlete, very athletic. He was playing center field, I believe, last night for Yankton, and today at the shortstop's position. 0-2 count to Ridge Leimbach. Leimbach is 0 for 2 on the day. That pitch is down and low. Leimbach attending Emporia State for his future plans.
Emporia State, do you know where that's at? I'm not 100% certain either.
Pitch is down and low to Leimbach.
Three good plays by the Yankton defense.
1, 2, 3. And we see that play by the pitcher of Riken to help himself out and gets his team out of that inning. You are watching Post 17 TV in partnership with KXLG and Aero TV.
In town for the game or just passing through? Well, swing by Country Road Barn, home of the area's best smoked meats, brisket, ribs, pulled pork, all slow smoked to perfection and served with that small town charm. They're open Wednesday through Friday, 5 until 9 p.m., so plan your visit and bring your appetite. It's a true taste of small town South Dakota and worth every mile. The Country Road Barn, just minutes from Watertown and a home run for your hunger. Stay connected with them on their Facebook page or website.
As one of the nation's strongest financial organizations, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card have the strength to do good. We support nearly 700 organizations and nonprofits. Our employees give more than 30,000 volunteer hours annually. And we are continually seeking ways to make South Dakota an even better place to live. It's the Premier way. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card.
And welcome back to Post 17 TV. We have a new pitcher for Pierre Post 8 in Will Danberg. Will Danberg, he did pitch last night for a little bit, so this will be his second outing in this American Legion tournament. Danberg is 9 wins and 5 losses on the year. He's pitched over 50 innings on the season and has a 3.36 ERA for Will Danberg.
Up to bat for Yankton is the second baseman, Owen Washon.
Sean singled last at bat. He's 1 for 1, so he's singled and walked. Washon now with a 2-0 count. Danberg coming in for the first time. Pitching his third pitch, the right-hander. 3-0. You can hear the Pierre crowd disagreeing with that ball call.
I think there have been a couple close calls that they don't agree with.
4-pitch walk. Second walk for Wishon. This is a 2-2 ball game. Leadoff batter gets on base. Tate Bestie up to bat. Bestie lined out to center field and has struck out on the day.
Looks like Pierre might be expecting a bunt here.
And there it is. He pulls it back. Oh, he's saying he offered at it. You could see Bestie looking back and disagreeing with that, but did call a strike.
See if he squares up again here.
Danberg throws over to first, looking to keep Wishon close. Wishon, the second baseman, he made a Golden Glove catch earlier today. Danberg's ready. Pitch. Bestie turned to bunt, pulled back, 1-1 count. Both managers trying to play some strategy here, just trying to plate 1 run. Bestie shows bunt, pulls it back again. 2-1. Bestie bunts that right to Danberg. Just too much power and pushed it straight forward to Danberg. Danberg took a couple steps right off of the mound, turned around, threw to second, and got the lead runner in Wishon.
That is not the sacrifice that Yankton was looking for there. Bunted it straight back to Danberg.
Pitch hitter for Yankton.
Yesterday's pitcher, Mark Cathell.
Cathell up to bat.
Obviously, Pierre, coach, has some trust in Danberg. He's brought him in 2 tough situations back-to-back days.
He sure has. Yeah, and you see it. I mean, Danberg's pitched 50 innings this season. The leading innings pitch player for Pierre. Cathell now with a 2-0 count. 1 out. Tate Bestie on first. Bestie does have some speed. Pitches in, and a strike called. 2 balls, 1 strike to the pinch hitter of Mark Cathell. Big time plate appearance for Cathell, looking to move Bestie. Pitches in, swing. Off of the glove, and he's going to make it to first. Just off the glove of Danberg.
Gets the shortstop, came over and fielded it, but he wasn't able to get it out of his glove for an attempt at first base to get Cathell. I would think that would be scored a hit.
I would too. One out, 2 on. Evan Sirk. Evan Sirk is 0 for 2. He struck out once and flew out to the center field. And now Simpson's going to go talk to Danberg in this position. Just make sure that they're on the same page, that they're not going to cross up signs. Probably a good decision by Simpson just to make sure that both he and Danberg, who Danberg just came into the game, are talking the same language.
Especially in a tight 2-2 ball game.
Pitch is in, and strike is called. Yankton has Bestie and Sager on the base paths. Up to bat is Evan Sirk.
They did bring in a pinch runner for...
Oh, they did bring in a pinch runner.
Caffel.
Yep.
I don't have a number on him.
And we can't see, they don't have the numbers on the front of their uniforms to be able to see from here. That pitch is high. Greg Warren, the first base umpire, is the umpire-in-chief for this entire tournament. He's over there at the first base line. Pitch is in, swing. It's up, going to center field. Hensley, he's made the catch, and there will not be a tag. So Sirk flies out to center field. There's 2 outs. That'll bring Sam Goki up to the plate. Sam Goki is 1 for 2 today. He did walk last time at bat. Danberg with the pitch. 1 ball.
I believe the pinch runner at first base is Boston Frick. I think he pitched a little bit yesterday for Yankton.
Pitch is in and strike. 1-1 count to the leadoff batter, the number 1 batter for Yankton, Sam Goki. Goki plays third base for Yankton. Danberg with the pitch. 2-1, just inside. Swing and a miss for Goki. Count is 2-2. Danberg trying to work out of this jam. 2 on, 2 outs. And this ball game is all knotted up with 2 runs apiece. This is an elimination game. Yankton lost to Watertown, or to Harrisburg. Pierre lost to Watertown last evening. Pitch is down in the dirt.
Big block by Simpson with runners on base.
You know, we've come to kind of expect it. That isn't it. They're making it look easy. These catchers are making it look easy, but
yeah, both catchers today have been blocking the plate.
Yeah.
They've both thrown a runner out trying to steal.
Count is full. Danberg does not want to fill the bases here. Time is called. Goki looking to be patient. Danberg looking in for his sign. He's got it. Positions himself. And now time is out again. It's not lost on either of these players how big this pitch is. Pitches in, swing, and fouled off. Good battle between Danberg and Goki. Danberg readies himself. The pitch is in and hits him and loads up the bases. And we're going to see a visit to the mound with the bases loaded.
2 outs brings Matthew Sheldon to the plate. He's one of Yankton's better hitters.
Although today he's walked and had 2 strikeouts. But he is obviously one of their better hitters. Maybe today not seeing the ball great, but that was on Buchholz. And now we've got Danberg coming in to face Matthew Sheldon. You know, we were talking about Emporia State, and Emporia State is in Kansas, is where they're located. They're a Division II school, and their mascot, Brett, well, we've got time here, is Corky the Hornet.
I can say that I have not heard of Corky the Hornet before.
Yeah, I like mascots, though. All right, back to the action. Danberg, high-pressure situation, facing off against Matthew Sheldon, the first baseman for Yankton. Right-hander ready, swing, and a miss by Sheldon.
Looks like Danberg started with something off speed there.
Base paths are loaded. Yankton looking to get some runs. 1-1 count, just outside. You can hear the crowd for both teams getting into it. And that is called inside. And you can hear
Pierre fans did not like that
Pierre
call.
fans are not happy with that that strike call. Danberg 2-1 on Sheldon. Ball 3. Three and one's the count to Sheldon. Bases are loaded. Pitch is in, popped up. It's going to left field. Leimbach calls the ball, gets that for the out. And you could hear Leimbach coming in, both the shortstop and of Getz and Stoscher coming over to get that. And Leimbach, you heard that. I got it, or ball, and took control and got him out of that inning. You're listening to Post 17 TV. We'll take a break. We'll come back. 7th inning.
Glacier Lakes Power Sports and Golf is your indoor golf destination in Watertown, South Dakota. We have 4 golf simulators available to rent 7 days a week. Call us at 605-954-4080 to reserve your time, or visit our website at glpowersports.com.
Infinity Fun is the place to be. They got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun, they got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun.
Open 7 days a week in Watertown.
Your starting lineup for KXLG Radio. Leading off at the front desk, Lori Kane. On the air, your power hitters: Jeremy Herbold, Ben Dilla, Jan Robson, Tim Williams, Gary Weckworth, Robin Givens, Doreen Foster, and Jaden Thomas. If it's news, Steve Jurens hits it out of the park. In sales, your closers: Andy Turback, Ben Dilla, Nicole Kraus, and Brody Reese. And skipper, Melissa Herbold. KXLG, your locally owned community radio station, still undefeated.
Welcome back to Post 17 at TV. We are in the top of the 7th inning. This game is all knotted up, 2 runs apiece. Beck Reichen has been on the mound the entire afternoon for Yankton, and he comes out for the top of the 7th. First batter, swing by Sonnenschein, and big attempt by Bestie. Bestie dove after it, the shortstop. Couldn't get to it. It dropped between him and the center fielder. The center fielder,
Sirk,
is Evan Sirk.
You just passed the outstretched arm of Bestie at shortstop.
So Yankton now with a runner on base after that single. Beck Reichen has gone all 6 innings up to this point. He's given up 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He struck out 4, has not walked a batter here today, and he's on his 83rd pitch, which very efficient. Bunt is on. Beck goes and gets it, throws to first, and the sacrifice does work that time for the designated hitter of Trevor Rounds.
Looked like Beck almost lost his footing there, had a little bit of slip there.
Yeah, it must be slippery in front of the mound. That does move Sonnenschein to second and in scoring position. That'll bring up Porter Hunsley, the center fielder for Pierre. Pitches up, swing. Sirk in center, he's there. Can of corn, 2 down. Hudson Stoscher, the number 9 batter for Pierre. He's got an opportunity to drive in at Sutton Sonnenschein, who is at second base. Stoscher had a sack bunt in the 3rd inning and reached on an error in the 5th. I'm not sure it was a sack bunt. Yeah, I think it was a sack bunt.
Yeah, it was a sack bunt, yeah. He hit into the...
Yeah, and then, so here he goes. We'll see if he puts the bat on the ball. 1-1 count. 2 outs for Beck Reichen. Sonnenschein on second. Reichen looks into his catcher, Johnson. Looking for the sign. Taking his time. Composes himself, and now he's ready. And time was called by Stoscher. Stoscher called time, and it was awarded by the umpire. Reichen was taking his time. And sometimes you just do that to, you know, you want to get in a rhythm as a pitcher, but you also want to break the rhythm of the batter as well. Hits up. Evan Sirk comes in and gets the line drive, giving an opportunity, bottom of the 7th, for Yankton to score 1 and win a ball game. You're watching Post 17 at TV at the State American Legion Baseball Tournament.
Looking for family fun all in one place? The Come Out to Legends. Tee off on their mini golf course. Race your crew in go-karts. And strike up some laughs with mini bowling. Kids love the arcade, and parents, they've got you covered with cold beer and amazing food. And don't forget the cherry on top, SDSU ice cream. It's all happening at Legends, where fun meets flavor. Highway 212, Watertown. Mack Landscaping and Lawn Irrigation was started in 1983 and has developed into the top landscape and lawn irrigation business in the area. And it's not hard to see why. Just take a look at some of the work they've done. No job is too big or too small. Give Shane Mack a call at 605-880-6001 for landscaping or Wyatt Mack at 605-880-0300 for lawn irrigation or lighting.
They say there's no guarantees in life. But who's they? And do they have Midco Internet? Now there's a guarantee. So let's go. Let's go reliable. Let's go resilient. Let's go beyond.
And welcome back to Post 17 TV for the bottom of the 7th. So, Brett, let's set the stage here. We've got a 2-2 ball game. It's the bottom of the 7th. Who do we have coming up for Yankton?
We have Easton Fieser, who is a very good hitter for Yankton. About hit one out yesterday. So, I think Yankton has the part of the order where they want to be. They have a chance to score a run here. Danberg's back out to pitch this inning for Pierre.
So Yankton's got their 3, 4, and 5 batters coming up in this inning. Easton Fieser is 0 for 2, however, on the day. He did walk once as well. Right now he's looking at a 2-0 count by Will Danberg of Pierre. Swing.
It's a single.
And that is going to be a single down into the right field. That is the leadoff batter is on for Pierre, or for Yankton.
Looked like that pitch got up a little bit, and Fieser was able to hit it into right field.
Gavin Johnson, the catcher, is now up for Yankton. He is 0 for 2 on the day and has walked once. Fieser is on first. We'll see what they do with their number 4 batter. We saw Watertown bunt one of their power hitters last night, and they are going to bunt with Gavin Johnson, the throw, and he is out. Sacrifice bunt by the cleanup hitter. And we've seen, we saw Watertown do it last night with Caden Rylance, one of their power hitters, and going to SDSU. And we just saw him do that with Gavin Johnson. Yankton do it with their 4th hitter.
Yeah, that's not typical when you're watching a major league game on TV or something like that. But here, when you're trying to scratch a run across, that's what you're going to do with your 4-hitter. And he did a good job getting that bunt down.
Beck Reichen up to bat. He's holding his bat out. This is interesting here. Both teams getting ready. Beck Reichen is the reason Yankton has 2 runs on the board. He, in the first, hit that 2 RBI double in the gapper between left and center. He's got a chance to drive in his 3rd RBI of the day. Let's see if Will Danberg has anything to say about that. Pitches in, swing, goes to Danberg. Danberg struggles with it, throws over to first, does get him out. So Danberg bobbled it just a bit and then regrouped and made a strong throw to first. There are 2 outs, but that did move Easton Fieser up to 3rd base. So now you're looking for a pass ball, base hit, a lot of different options. Owen Wishon up to bat for Yankton. He is 1 for 1 on the day. He's walked twice. The suspense grows. Danberg with the pitch, down and low. Ball 1. Yankton looking to get Fieser in and continue their postseason. This is an elimination game. Danberg with the pitch. Pitches, swings, pop up, right field, and that is caught by Sonnenschein. Sonnenschein caught that down by his side. Little suspense there. Maybe a little banana ball action. You're watching Post 17 at TV. We're going to extra innings. Stay with us.
Midwest Foam and Coatings LLC is a family-owned and operated full-service insulation company specializing in spray foam application and energy efficiency. They offer all types of insulation like spray foam, blown-in cellulose, blown-in fiberglass, and fiberglass bats. Midwest Foam and Coatings also does insulation removal along with specialty coating that can restore rubber and metal roof systems. Visit their website for more information at mwfoam.com. Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Midwest Foam and Coatings.
Between working on our farm and being a surgical nurse here at Prairie Lakes for 43 years, my shoulders have been through a lot. I needed a different kind of surgery. It's called a reverse total shoulder replacement. Different shoulders are different. With surgeons like Dr. Johnston here in Watertown, I didn't need a different city, just a different plan.
Prairie Lakes Healthcare System. Your health, our mission.
In the heart of South Dakota, where community and traditions thrive, ReliaBank has been a trusted presence for over a century. From our humble beginnings in 1920, we've grown alongside our communities, committed to financial success and community betterment. At ReliaBank, hometown customer service isn't just a promise, it's our legacy. Your success is our success, so let's keep growing together. Today, tomorrow, and for the next 100 years.
Stop in to Roy's Sports Shop for the newest and latest of.
And you're watching Post 17 TV. We are in extra innings here at the State American Legion baseball tournament in Watertown. And Shufflebine saw the first pitch, and he lifts that out to right field. And Fieser was there with the catch. So there's one out in this top of the eighth.
Yankton is still throwing Beck Reichen in the eighth inning, extra innings.
Beck Reichen now has gone 7.1 innings. He's given up 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, hasn't walked anybody. Big play there by the third baseman of Yankton, and that's Goki right on the bag. Had to get up from his knees and make the throw across the diamond to get Getz. 2 outs. We were just talking about Reichen. He's struck out only 4, so defense has really come to play for Reichen here today. But he's been efficient. He's in the 8th inning. He's gone 7.2 innings, and he's given up, or he's only pitched 90 pitches.
He's throwing a lot of strikes, and like you said, defense, and we just saw it with that last play by Goki at third base.
Yes, good play by Goki. Reichen with the pitch, 0-2. Now to Charlie Simpson, the catcher of Pierre. Reichen in the windup. The right-hander throws down in the dirt. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Charlie Simpson. Pitch, and that's just up for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Works the count full, does Simpson. Full count. Payoff pitch, and it's going to hit him. So Charlie Simpson gets on base with 2 outs.
I don't know if Charlie realized there, he could have gotten out of the way and still gotten to first base.
That's true.
It's going to be a ball.
Yeah.
He didn't have to suffer through that.
That's true. So now we've got Charlie Simpson, the go-ahead run on first base, bringing up Cooper Terwilliger. Cooper Terwilliger has had a triple here today.
That was a strike.
And so Cooper Terwilliger is 1 for 3 on the day. Swing, high pop fly. Sheldon calling it. Does he have room? He's got it for the third out of the inning. We're going to the bottom of the eighth. We're going to the bottom of the eighth here at the State American Legion Baseball Tournament. This has been a gem pitched by Beck Reichen of Yankton. And after that first inning, and for Pierre, it was a really well-pitched ball game by J.J. Buchholz as well. J.J. Buchholz went 5 innings. He gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 were earned, and struck out 5. Where he got himself in a little bit of trouble was the 6 walks. And he has been relieved by Will Danberg. Danberg now is on his second inning of pitch. He's given up 2 hits, and he's walked 1. Danberg did pitch last night. Not sure exactly how many pitches that he pitched last night, but Pierre going all in to continue their postseason here.
And Danberg's gotten both innings, kind of gotten Pierre out of a little bit of a jam. So it hasn't been easy for him, but he's worked through it.
You know, if we talk about our host city here, Watertown, in addition, post-17 baseball, they're having a great season, playing some good ball here in this tournament. But Watertown is more than just baseball. We've got Bramble Park Zoo and the Redland Art Center. And, you know, the Redland Art Center, in my opinion, Brett, it's an underrated gem for South Dakota. If you haven't had an opportunity to go out there and walk through that museum, you know, I strongly encourage you to do so. And then, of course, you know, the gem, in my opinion, of Watertown, Lake Area Technical College. It's the, you know, #1 2-year college in the country. So a lot of things to do here in Watertown. Up in the bottom of the 8th, we're going to see
Tate Bestie.
Tate Bestie, the shortstop. He is 0 for 3 on the day. He's got a 2-0 count right now. Will Danberg still pitching for Pierre.
Yankton dugout sure is getting into it right now, trying to fire up Bestie.
2 balls, 1 strike. Right to Danberg. Danberg fields his position, throws to first to Terwilliger, and Bestie is down for the first out of this bottom of the 8th inning. That'll bring up.
It's going to be Boston Frick, who came in to run after Mark Cathell last inning was pinch hitting for Trey Sager.
Boston Frick, where's number 9? Facing Danberg, looks at a ball. Another pitch in, and they're going to ask for help, and that is a strike. They're going to say Frick did go around, and I think that was the right call. Home plate umpire asked for help, Mr. Kirshner to Greg Warren, and Warren says yes, he went around. There's a swing by Frick, goes right to Danberg. Danberg throws to first for the out. That'll bring up Evan Sirk. Sirk, the center fielder.
Sirk is 0 for 3 on the day. He's flown out to center field twice.
Pitches in and down low for a ball. So we started this game a little bit behind schedule, going extra innings. Now we'll fall even further behind schedule. Ball 2. Dan Bring, the right-hander, pitches, and that's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Evan Sirk. Sirk puts a swing on that, maybe a little bit high. He fouls that off to even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swings, it's hit, fly ball to center field, and that is caught in center by Mr. Porter Hunsley. That'll take us to the bottom of the 8th. No, take us to the 9th.
Yeah, top of the 9th.
Top of the 9th. You know, we talk about both of these teams, and we talked about Watertown, the host town. But I think we can also talk about you know, Yankton and Pierre a little bit. You know, did you know that the nickname, this is the nickname for Yankton is the Mother City of the Dakotas?
Did not know that. My question is how did they get that?
Well, it was the first capital of Dakota Territory, and so you know, I think that's how that name started. And then before, you know, really, I guess we've got. I didn't even think about this. We got 2 capitals playing against each other. But of course, Yankton, passionate sports community down there in south part of South Dakota, and really you know, a baseball town, a football town.
Their ballpark on the river.
Oh,
phenomenal!
yeah.
I love going to games there. Beautiful ballpark. Enjoy the atmosphere there.
Yeah, it's a fun town to go in. Obviously, I get down there every once in a while. I've got a daughter that lives in Yankton, coaches the volleyball team down there, so I get down there and watch some Yankton sports. And here we go in the now top of the 9th. We're going to bring up the 5, 6, 7. Hit to short, goes to Bestie. Bestie throws over to Sheldon. And that will down Ridge Leimbach for the first out in the 9th inning.
Beck Reichen back out for this inning.
He is back out. He's 8 and 1/3 so far in this game. Sutton Sonnenschein up. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He hit one into center. Bestie dove after that one and fell just between Sirk and Bestie for a base hit last time up. Calling a ball. You could see the Yankton fans and players didn't agree with that ball call. 2 balls, 0 strikes. And now he calls a strike on that pitch. 2-1 to Sutton Sonnenschein. Reichen swings. And foul ball. 2-2.
One of the Watertown Little Leaguers chasing foul balls.
Do you get $1 when you get the foul ball inside the stadium? I don't know.
I don't know. They'd be money ahead if they are.
Beck Reichen, 8.1 innings so far. He has thrown 104 pitches, so now 105th. He pops out, or pop up, going to right field. That is the catch by Fieser, and that is going to be the end for Beck Reichen. He has reached the maximum pitch count allowed in American Legion baseball rules. So just a gem by Beck Reichen. We'll talk a little bit about his stat line in just a moment here. And great ovation by the crowd for Beck Reichen. Beck Reichen finishes his day by going 8 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, and struck out 4 without walking a batter, and pitched the rule count maximum of over 105. He actually pitched 106 pitches, and American Legion rules, as long as you can go over that 105 pitches, as long as it's still within that same batter that's up to bat. So Beck Reichen ends his day, and we're going to see his relief, and that is going to be the shortstop of Tate Bestie. Tate Bestie as a pitcher. He's pitched 20.1 innings on the year. He's got an ERA of 0.689 and a whip of 1.18. So 20 innings with giving up under a 1 ERA. Tate Bestie is the relief pitcher here for Beck Reichen. First pitch is in and a strike.
Reichen moves to shortstop. But what an impressive pitching outing by him, giving up not a walk.
Yeah, that's amazing.
0-2 the count.
Bestie comes in. His first 2 pitches are strikes. And this is to Trevor Rounds, the designated hitter. That one is just outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We are in the top of the 9th inning. This is extra innings in American Legion baseball. That pitch is just out for a ball. Evens the count at 2-2. In American Legion baseball, we play 7 innings, so anything over 7 is considered extra innings. Bestie swings. It's fouled off by Rounds. Tate Bestie played center field last night, shortstop today. Now he's on the mound, doing his best to get a win here. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Trevor Rounds. Swing and a miss. Big time strikeout for Tate Bestie. We're going to go to the bottom of the 9th. Going to the bottom of the 9th. You're watching Post 17 TV.
Stop into Roy's Sports Shop for the newest and latest apparel, footwear, and equipment for your sports. Whether it's a new bat from Marucci, a glove from Rawlings, a new pair of shoes from Under Armour or Adidas, or a pair of Oakley sunglasses, Roy's Sports Shop has what you need. Check out their online spirit store for apparel from your favorite team or school. Let them know if you'd like to start a new online store for your team or organization. Roy's Sports Shop is a local business that has served our area for the past 50 years. Roy's Sports Shop, East Highway 212, Watertown.
Whether you're cheering on your team from across the state or across the country, just know right here in Watertown, Sharp Automotive is driving hometown pride forward. From new Chevys and GMCs to trusted service and parts, Sharp Automotive is proud to support South Dakota Legion baseball in the next generation of hometown heroes. Shop online anytime at sharpgm.com. We'll be here when you're ready. Sharp Automotive, driven to serve and proud to support all baseball fans.
Welcome back to Post 17 TV. I am Cam Corey. He's Brett Scott, and we are in the bottom of the 9th inning. Brett, who do we have coming up for Yankton?
Good news for Yankton. We got the top of the order, Samuel Goki.
So we've got 1, 2, 3 in the batting lineup. Danberg comes back out in as the pitcher for Pierre Post 8 and starts Goki off with a strike. Next pitch is in. It's a swing and a foul off. So 0-2 to the leadoff batter of Sam Goki. Goki was hit last time he was at the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the day. That's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sam Goki. Both these teams have had some fantastic pitching. Good defense. Danberg with the pitch. Swings. Goki keeps himself alive. Extends his arm, shortens. Actually, we talk about shorten up swing, but there he extended and just to foul that off.
Yeah, definitely a defensive swing, just trying to put the bat on it, foul it off, get himself another chance here. Danberg made quick work of Yankton last inning with 3 up and 3 down.
Danberg has pitched 52 pitches in this game. Defensive swing again, fouled it off. So good battle going on between Danberg and Sam Goki. Both of these teams, they are giving it everything they've got in this elimination game, trying to extend their seasons. Pitch is on the way. Tough play.
He beat it out.
He did beat it out. Tough play for Stoscher. Goki chopped it. It hit hard on the ground, and Stoscher ran up and made a tough throw over to first, but Goki beats that out for a single. So the winning run is on first for Yankton. We are in the bottom of the 9th. This is going to bring up Matthew Sheldon. He is 0 for 3 on the day and has 1 walk.
Goki does have a little speed at first base, so if we can get something in the gap here, it might be an interesting play at the plate.
And it does look like they're going to let Sheldon just swing away. We saw, them bat or bunt the 4-hitter earlier.
It does not look like they're going to do that with Sheldon. They're going to trust him to move the runner along.
We've got to change helmets there for Goki. They've got the helmet exchanged. Back to baseball. Will Danberg on the mound for Pierre. He's thrown really well in relief of J.J. Buchholz. Sheldon looking to be the hero here with a big hit. Throw over to first. Trying to keep him close, knowing that he is the winning run. Goki is on first. You always worry about an errant throw here as well that would extend Goki to second.
Another excellent block by Charlie Simpson. Yeah, you don't want to have a errant throw over to first base and give the runner second, putting him in scoring position. But you also want to keep him close to first base as well.
So far, they've executed this well. Sheldon at the plate. Where's number 18? Pitch is in and a strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Matthew Sheldon. Last time up, Sheldon flew out to left field. Goki on first. Danberg looks at him. Pitch is delivered, and that is high. 3 balls, 1 strike. And you could see that the base runner of Goki is affecting Danberg a little bit. Danberg is looking, paying a lot of attention to him. He's looking at him over his left shoulder, over his right shoulder. Goki takes that jab step. Pitches in. And strike is called.
And Goki did have a steal attempt back in the 4th. He was caught stealing, but does show that he has some speed and does not look like that's going to be an option at this at-bat, but
count is full. Well, they tested the arm of Charlie Simpson earlier, and now this ball 4.
So we have runners on first and second with no outs. This brings Easton Fieser to the plate.
Now do you bunt Fieser?
Me personally, I'm not bunting Easton Fieser. I'm going to let him drive in. I feel like he's probably the best hitter for Yankton. He's fairly consistently hits the ball hard. I want him to go win me the game.
Yeah, he bats, what, 350? Fieser does, and you know, what is he today? He's got a single. He's 1 for 3 up there. He's put the ball in play each time. Yeah, I mean that, and you're one of those you know, people that likes to hit the ball, likes to see the gap, right? Rather than maybe the small ball is.
I agree. I do not love giving up outs, and now I agreed with bunting Gavin Johnson a couple innings ago to move the runners over, but I feel like I've got probably my best hitter up. I'm gonna let him hit.
So you're gonna trust him in Fieser. We'll see what happens here in Fieser, the left-hand batter. He has put the ball in play a couple of times. There are no outs. Danberg on the hill. We're in the bottom of the 9th. If Yankton scores, they continue their season. First pitch is in for a ball. Fieser swings and misses. 1-1 count. Danberg looking to get out of this jam. There are no outs. Yankton looking to push one across. Now Fieser showing bunt. He does offer it as a bunt and fouls it off. So now you have 2 strikes on Fieser. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We saw him swing at his first attempt and then bunt in that second offering.
Now, did we see Pierre charging with their second baseman there? I don't know if I saw that right or not. And he might have been going over to first.
Yeah, that is something that I actually used to do when I coached the Legion in Post 25, and I would oftentimes have my second baseman puts it in play, goes to first, and gets 1 out, but does move the runners. So Fieser does do his job.
Now, do you walk Gavin Johnson to load the bases up with 1 out?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? You know, Gavin Johnson, your 4-hole, he sacrificed bunted last time. They are going to bunt, or they are going to intentional walk him, load the bases, gives them the opportunity to get a double play. They're going to play with their corners in, and their second baseman and shortstop are going to play deep and try and get the double play up the middle. So bring up
Beck Reichen.
Beck Reichen. Beck Reichen has had himself one heck of a day. He's had the 2 RBI double. He's pitched himself a gem, looking to do it on the offensive side here in the bottom of the 9th. Takes the first pitch of Danberg for a strike. Danberg now out of the windup. Beck Reichen settles in. Now gets ready. Swing, no swing. Pitch and ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Beck Reichen. Bases are loaded. Two balls, 1 strike to Beck Reichen. Danberg on the mound. Will Danberg has gone 3 1/3 innings. He has walked 3 here this afternoon. Has not had a strikeout. Big pitch by Danberg. You could see Reichen tried ducking underneath that. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, he didn't get that call. He wasn't gonna. That was a strike.
Yep.
Let's see if Danberg can get out of this jam.
Swings and fouls that back. 2-2. Sam Goki is on 3rd base. Matthew Sheldon on 2nd. And Gavin Johnson on 1st after the intentional walk. There is 1 out. And Reichen fouls that one off. Defensive swing.
Yeah, he did a good job getting a bat on that. That pitch almost looked like it was in the dirt.
Yeah, that was a breaking ball of some sort for Danberg. Make sure you stay with us for the KXLG post-game show with Jeremy Herbold and Roger Merriam. Danberg's pitches and down low. Count is full.
Boy, some of those are hard to lay off.
Payoff pitch. 1 out. Base hit by Beck Reichen. Will drive in Sam Goki. So Yankton will continue their season, and you could see that Pierre, they wanted this. Danberg, he pitched himself a heck of a game as well. But, you know, Beck Reichen,
yeah,
what can you say?
Yeah, you can't say enough. Pitching performance, hitting, drives in the winning run. You know, Pierre battled, had 2 tough games. And they're feeling it now, but you do have to be proud. Both games were close, and you lose in the bottom of the 9th.
Congratulations, I think, to both of these teams for a great baseball game. Both teams played very, very well. You know, player of the game, and I don't know who they're going to choose, but up here in the broadcast booth, how can you give it to anybody but Beck Reichen?
I think that's a pretty easy choice.
Beck Reichen on the day went 8 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs. Only 1 was earned, did not walk a batter, and struck out 4. He did reach the maximum pitch count limit of 106 pitches. And then in relief, I mean, Tate Bestie ends up with the win, and he pitched a third of an inning, but, gets the win in that. So really good game, and you got to give it to both J.J. Buchholz, who, pitched a fantastic game after that first inning, and then Will Danberg, who is going to get the loss here today off of that single of Beck Reichen. By the way, what was it, 3-2, and Beck Reichen had all three RBIs.
Yep.
So congratulations to the Yankton Post 12. They will extend their season, and they will play tomorrow at 1 p.m. And so Yankton will move on, and Pierre's season does come to an end. I think Pierre, they'll be getting ready for football.
Yeah, I believe so. They're going to feel that one, but once again, they put a heck of an effort out there. They had a good pitching performance. The bats just weren't there today.
Yeah, and you got to give credit to the pitchers on both sides. I think just a really, really good, well-fought game. So stay with us for the KXLG postgame show with Jeremy Herbold, Roger Merriam, and Ben Dilla. So once they get ready for us, they will take it away for the post game. We did see earlier today, Post 22 defeated Brandon Valley 11-9. So Brandon Valley and Pierre have been eliminated from the State American Legion A baseball tournament. Post 22 will play at 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Yankton again plays at 1 p.m. Our next game coming up here on Post 17 TV will be Rapid City Post 320. The Stars, after that dramatic win over Post 22, they will be facing off against the Renner Royals here in Game 7 at 4 p.m. And the late game tonight is the Big Bats of Harrisburg. They will face off against the host team, Watertown. Both Watertown and Harrisburg playing some very good baseball. And it looks like the KXLG team is live with Beck Reichen. So we're going to turn it over to the KXLG team for the Post 17 TV postgame show.
All right, it's a KXLG postgame show here on day number 2. We just finished the second game, and what a barn burner it was in extra innings as Yankton pulls off the victory over Pierre 3-2. And we're going to get right on into it with our player of the game, I guess you would say, Beck Reichen. And Benny, let's talk with Beck.
Yeah, first of all, Beck, how's the arm feeling? Feels fine. Awesome. You went 8 2/3, 106 pitches, I think. So, is that the most outs you've pitched, or have you gone a full 9 before?
I would say that's probably the most I've pitched. Yeah.
Awesome. And then you go to shortstop, and then at the bottom of the 9th, you get the game-winning single as well. So, how's that feel? How are you feeling going in tomorrow, getting a win here today?
Feels great. Just can't wait to go hang out with my teammates tonight, and then we'll be back tomorrow ready to go.
Absolutely. Survive in advance. Congratulations. And, enjoy this win, and can't wait to see you tomorrow.
All right, we're in elimination mode, and these games are getting pretty interesting. Roger Merriam, we're going to talk with head coach Drew Lawrence. Roger, what a game that was.
Yes, and Drew knows. I said if I was umping, 3-2 count, we're getting a walk. We're getting out of here. So, but Riken decided it so the umpires didn't have to decide it. But stay alive, keep winning. That's what you got to do after you suffer first round loss, right?
Yeah, I mean, so we were pretty comfortable after we lost. I know that's weird to say after you lose, especially an 8-0 game, but we're the 2 seed for a reason. I just had to remind him of that. We won a lot of games this year, and we're set up pretty well. I mean, we were able, the guy we got thrown tomorrow is Frank Anfeld, who pitches in college and has been really tough for us, so he's got high velocity. And then if we can win that, we get Mark Cottle to come back. So we knew we were in a tough spot. I don't know if that's the way I thought that game was going to go, especially after the first inning. We left a lot on base, but it's kind of like what you said. I mean, just win the game and play tomorrow. Just play another day.
And I think it's easy as some people, we look at it and say, 2 just got beat by 7. But come on, Harrisburg is,
Sure.
you probably weren't totally shocked that they at least competed with you. You know?
Honestly, I wasn't surprised at 321 either. Nothing's going to shock me in this tournament. We're all pretty even. We're all pretty good. I mean, there's a reason we're all here. So nothing is a surprise at this tournament, in my opinion.
Good job. Congrats.
Thank you, Coach. Excellent job. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you. All right, boy, that was an exciting game. First of all, Roger, going into extra innings, boy, anything could have happened there.
Yes, you know, and just some good pitching. And both teams had plenty of chances. Drew talked about them leaving chances away. I think Pierre had some guys on, too, throughout the course of the game where a big hit would have came through. But, you know, it's a good baseball game. 3-2, 9 innings. That's a good baseball game.
Absolutely. We talked about the Terwilliger kid. He had a big triple, and man, that guy was moving, Benny.
Yes, he was. He's a large man, and he was rumbling around the bases, and I think he could have made it standing up, but he slid just in case. So yeah, very impressive, and I think he was on third, you know, with 0 or 1 out. So that was kind of one of Pierre's opportunities, and they just couldn't quite cash in. But ultimately, Yankton does what's needed and gets the win by 1 in 9 innings.
Well, guys, tell you what, we've had 2 good games here today in the elimination round. The ones that advance include Yankton, Rapid City Post 22. They move on to play another day. Pierre and Brandon Valley, their tournaments are over. Now, today, well, in just a little bit here, about 40 minutes or so, we're going to get to the next group of games, which are winners bracket games at 4 o'clock. Rapid City Post number 320 against Renner, Post 307, the Royals. And then the big one tonight at 7 o'clock, it's Watertown, Post 17 against Harrisburg in winners bracket action. And boy, I tell you what, we had 1,300 people there last night. Roger, can we beat that tonight?
Should. If you're sitting around, come out and watch a good baseball game. A couple good baseball games tonight. Don't be afraid to show up here in an hour or half hour here, whenever we're getting started here. So I forgot to mention when my little chat with Cooper Terwilliger, I might be getting some NIL money out of it. A percentage of the NIL money. I'm not sure yet. I'm hopeful.
Oh, good old Roger. Benny, you're going to be heading off to Golf League, so you're going to miss tonight's action, but we'll be talking with you coming up tomorrow. But, boy, been a fun day.
Yes, it has, and beautiful weather. A little rain spitting here and there, but it's been overcast, but great baseball weather, not too hot. And, yeah, a couple really fun games so far, and I expect 2 more tonight, and hopefully I can get done and make it back for the end of the nightcap. This one going a little long might help me get back here in time.
I think you'll be in luck. We'll have a fun night coming up ahead. So stick around. We have Rapid City Post number 320 against Renner Post 307, and then Harrisburg and Watertown coming up later tonight. We're going to send it back, and we're going to wrap things up here for the KXLG postgame show, and we'll get ready for the next game coming up shortly. For Ben Dilla and Roger Merriam, I'm Jeremy Haribold. Back to the main booth.
You've been watching coverage of the 2025 Class A American Legion Baseball Tournament on Post 17 TV. This has been a presentation of the Watertown Baseball Association in partnership with Aero TV and KXLG Radio. Like and subscribe to follow more of the purple and golds.